Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Friday evening and I have been thinking about the budgeting thing that I said I was going to look at the weekend. And since I got home from work, I've been like, well, how would I start that? What do I do? Because as we all know, there's never a particular plan in my life. I make many of them, but never carry many of them through. So what I did tonight when I got home was I sat with the Asda online shopping thing and I made a list of what my basic first shop would be for a month. So if I went to the shop, say tomorrow, to do a budget thing, and I was looking to keep the costs down for the month, then this is what I would be buying as the basics. So I thought, right, I'll write it down. I'm going to add the photo. I'll probably put it on as a post. Just put the image on as a post so that you can see what I wrote down. But I'll tell you what I've done. To start with, if I'm doing a low cost shop, the first things I get are rice and pasta. Now, I know if you're budgeting, a lot of the time you will have some rice or you will have some pasta. But I've done this before when I did the £20 a week shop. Now, obviously, you're going to be struggling to do this for £20 a week. But I thought if I start with the basics, then we can build through the month. So rice, I've got 2 kilos, which is £2.23. Because, as you know, I will take fried rice in to work for lunch as well as have it for dinner the first night I make it. So I can get 2 to 3 lunches out of that as well as a main meal. Pasta, I've priced for the 1 kilogram. So your rice for 2 kilos is £2.23. Your pasta for 1 kilo is £1.23. Now, I also have put down 2 of the tins of tuna from Asda. They're 72 pence each. So that's £1.44. And that can go for tuna mayo to go in baked potatoes or sandwiches, but also for what we call the tuna pasta salad thing. And it's basically we cook some pasta, put in some frozen onions, frozen peas, frozen sweet corn, frozen mixed peppers, boil it all up, put it all in a big bowl and mix it up with some mayonnaise and some tuna. We flake the tuna, like really flake it down. And because you've got so many different bits, every mouthful is not just a mouthful of pasta or a mouthful of tuna. It's a mouthful with the veggies and the pasta and the tuna, and it's all coated in mayonnaise. So I've budgeted for 2 tins of tuna, a jar of mayonnaise, largest jar of Asda's own make mayonnaise, which is 98 pence. And then we get to the meat. What I've put here is a medium chicken. Now at the moment that the large chicken is on rollback pretty much to the same price as a medium chicken. But I've put the full price for everything on here. I haven't done the rollback prices. So medium chicken is £4.48. And I've also put in the unsmoked gammon that we get, that we put in the slow cooker. And it's £4.54. Now, as you know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I get a chicken, cook it, strip it down, and we don't have a full chicken breast for the roast chicken dinner that we have that night. Because you know when you take chicken off the carcass, it's like you've got the outer and then there's a little middle bit of the chicken breast. I normally keep that. We only have the outer bit. And then you've got all the rest. So if Kathleen and I have chicken breast with whatever for roast dinner, I've still got so much meat left in that chicken. And I chop it up. I used it for chicken fried rice. I used it for chicken and mango mayonnaise on sandwiches. I will use it for a chicken pasta bake. So you get quite a lot from that. And the gammon is the same. We normally slice up a load of that, but we will do ham fried rice, or we might have ham for dinner, for like a proper dinner. So the chicken, as I say, is £4.48 and the gammon is £4.54. We've also put down here, because best of all in the world, I've stopped chopping veggies. Frozen onions, peas, peppers and mango. Now your onions are £1.65, your peas are £1.54, your peppers £1.60 and your mango £2.82, which is extortionate, I know. But I really like chicken and mango. I will put mango in with chicken pasta bake. I will put mango in with chicken mayonnaise. So yeah, I like that. Milk, I've put down the price of 2 pints because obviously if I'm buying this is only going to last me a week. I'm looking at a weekly budget here. So it's £1.20. The butter, I've priced for the really big pack of butter, the 500 grams. Only saves me like 2 or 3 pence. But it means that it's taken it out of next week's budget or the week after's. So it's £3.94. And then half a dozen free range eggs is £1.66. Now, that comes to a total of £29.31. And that's really for lunches and dinners. It doesn't do breakfast because breakfast for me is a loaf of bread and I make a lot of it in the bread maker. Or I buy it when it's reduced. At the moment, I have got 8 brown rolls in the freezer. I went over to get milk for the office and they had brown rolls in the reduced bread section. It was 6 rolls for 25 pence. I got 2 packets. That's lunches. They're only small rolls, so it's like 2 rolls per lunch, but that is 12 rolls, so 6 days lunches. So that's like 2 weeks worth of lunches, because you'll always have, on Monday you take the leftovers from Sunday, etc. But £29.31, that would be my first shop. Now obviously that's not enough for an online delivery. So I would be doing that if I went into the shop, but to save that much money, it's not worth me driving into Perth to get that. But that would be my first basic shop, and that would give me a variety of meals, a variety of lunches and dinners that would get us going with the basics. And as I say, you've got your rice, you've got your pasta. You're probably not going to go through that in the whole week. More than likely, I would probably add in some potatoes and bread for that week. But that's the basics. So yeah, I just thought I'd come and tell you that because it was buzzing around my head. As it does when someone asks you a question and you're like, well, yeah, I don't actually know how I do that. Let me go and have a look at how I do that. So that is how I would do that. So that would be the first start of planning for a budget weekend, a budget month of, let's not overspend here. So yeah, that is me. So I am now going to go and make myself a cup of tea. Kathleen should be back soon, and I will catch you later.